Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we're going to be reviewing. I have a hard time saying that, Lily. A movie called White Men Can't Jump, and it's an older movie. It's one movie that I've seen like a very, very long time ago, but I've seen it so many times that I can talk about it like by memory because it's so good. Um, Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson. Knowing who they are today, you would never guess they were in a basketball movie in the early 90s. That was super awesome. If you've never checked out White Men Can't Jump, I don't think it's on Netflix right now. It might be. But I do think it's on, I think it's on Amazon Prime or something like that. But it'll come back around because it's pretty popular. And it's not really one that people consider like a classic. But it's on my list of movies that I want to own. And I don't own it currently. So it's in one of those movies. It's not, I think it's a $5 movie. I'm thinking. Like good old Walmart. But I could be wrong. If not, it's pretty cheap. Or you're able to get it online pretty cheap. It's basically about Woody Harrelson being well, they're both, Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, being a person who goes to basketball court in California and a hustler, I guess I could say. A basketball player that hustles in California. I think it was in California this happened, or was it in New York, one of the two. But I think it was in California. But it's in they're in kind of, I think, the, what do you call that? Kind of more the hood in California when the movie's first starting out. And Woody kind of just moved there. And I think they moved from somewhere else. Like they may have moved from New York all the way to California just to escape what money he owed and stuff like that from gambling, because he has a gambling problem. That's an ongoing thing in the movie, or he has a hard time walking away after he wins money in basketball because he is a super good basketball player in the movie. That's what it is. And basically, it's the kinship that happens between Wesley Snipes' character and Woody Harrelson's character. I think his name's Chip in the movie. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it's really, really hilarious. There's a lot of hilarious scenes in the movie that stand out to me. I don't remember really what exactly, like the exact phrases and sayings, but the first time they encounter each other, they're playing each other. And I know I remember one of the scenes like very distinctly where when he goes to the basketball court and another team that's playing against Wesley Snipes' team has a thing with Woody Harrelson going on where they knew that he was going to be at the game. They knew he was going to show up at some point and have his gear, and he was going to be stretching, just like a white boy like that would stretch. That really didn't know much about basketball or something would just kind of stretch, that played every once in a while. And he was stretching like that, and Wesley Snipes was saying, "Oh, come on, just get in the game. Just get in the game. Why you got to be stretching like that?" Or something. He said something to that degree, and it's just so hilarious. And then he like misses a couple of shots, and he's like, acts like he's horrible for a second, and then that's when they bring up the money part of it. And then after that, like, all bets are off, and Woody Harrelson like shows how good he really is. And it was a scam. And I mean, everybody knows in the movie, like, throughout the movie, that's the whole thing. Like, Woody gets, or Wesley Snipes gets with him and ends up having him be a part of his thing, and they would split the money. At times, like, things happen to where they find out that they're actually getting scammed, but at times they don't realize they're getting scammed because they brick shots on purpose and things like that cause them to win money. It's a pretty good movie. If you never checked out White Men Can't Jump, it's hilarious. I mean, I say it's one of Woody Harrelson's best movies that he's been in. One of the top movies he's been in his career, and it's something you probably wouldn't expect to be on his resume of movies, but they did a pretty dang good movie, pretty good basketball movie. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. I've said their names about 1 billion times so far. But yeah, there's also a scene in this movie that I used to watch when I was younger because my parents had the VHS, and I would immediately go back to that scene because it was a scene where Woody Harrelson and his girlfriend, which I can't place her name right now. I think it's Rosie Perez is her name, her real name. But she's got some nice, you know what I'm talking about, you know. But it used to be, there's a scene in the movie that was very, you know, and they're doing something, you know, and there is some nudity. So I used to go to that scene a lot and watch it. Just being real. Just being real. Anyway, as for saying that, great movie. I would check it out. I would give it a total recommendation. If you like basketball movies, if you like comedies, it's definitely a comedy movie. And it's got a slight bit of drama in it because of the gambling addiction problem that he struggles with throughout the movie, not being able to keep the money. And he owes bookies like a lot of money at the beginning of the movie. That's just something you find out immediately, shortly after the movie starts, because they're always coming to his apartment trying to get the money. And that becomes an ongoing struggle throughout the movie. So, pretty good movie, but that's really the only drama in the movie is him trying to get money and him losing the money all the time throughout the movie. But it's a really good movie. Yeah, check it out if you're a fan of comedy or a fan of basketball movies. It's a good one. It's a good one. Definitely a good one. And there's some other people you'll know in the movie that are in this movie that are in other movies that I just can't think of their names currently. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you've seen Lightning Can Jump. Let me know down below what you think about this movie. And also, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Come back. Tell me what you think of the movie. And as always, keep rocking.